How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some Factorio. Now, last we left off, I do believe we were setting up this and the idea of what it's going to do. Harvest some copper for us, and make some, what were those? Chips, green chips. But I really need to get my logistics set up for up at the main base, because like I said, it's going to be the main hub where all the raw ore comes in and then shipping out the plates. But we need to set that up, and we need to set that up today. Prepare for the future, get all that done. This way, when I'm modifying the stations around here, everything is either set up or / planned in ghost mode for when I'm ready to put it up. This way, I know where everything needs to go, and I don't have to just measure it out every time. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get up here, and I kind of started this before I began recording, and I came up here, did some planning of where I want to move the copper to, and I'm going to move the copper to down here, and it's going to go straight this way. The copper smelteries, or the what are these? Furnaces. Yeah, they're going to go all down here, they're going to go this way. Probably just above the coal here. But I'm doing that because I need to move the ones over here, down here. This way I can get this set up to be just straight iron. I don't even know where I'm going to put all these. I'll probably be vulnerable for quite some time. But I basically figured it out. What I need to do is, for these going up, I may need to change where those go now that I think about it. I may have these go down instead for the iron. Why don't I just finish? Batteries for this. Night vision's next. But yeah, I may have these going down now that I think about it. This way they can just all come out down here and go straight to the station. I'm going to have to pick up all these well over here, except for this one. This one's going to be 100% over here, science related, because as you can tell, that's consuming quite a bit. But what I'm going to do is spread these out, have 2 lines of ore coming in pretty much between these, and splitting off in here. One line goes this way, one line goes this way. And basically, half of this will be line 1, half of this will be line 2. So one of these things will be filling, or one of the cargo containers that comes back will be filling one line alone. And if you hear something roaring, that's my floor heater, and it's kind of toasty here, so I'm turning that off. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, because you're not going to want to sit here and wait for me to finish all this in real time, and there's not really much to talk about as I do it, so I guess I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so the next bit is going to be sped up by a factor of 6, I believe, and I'm not going to be able to see what I'm doing personally, so I'll just have to go based off memory. For some reason, my editor will not pre-render, so when I try to view it back, it just freezes because it's going so fast. So, I don't know what's going on from a moment to moment, but I do know I start with the copper mine, or not the mine, the copper smeltery. I move it from beside the steel. Well, I haven't moved it yet, but I move it down to where the copper mine is exactly. And what I'm doing is, what am I doing? Can't see. I'm just remaking it down there. I'm just going to make one section, and by section I mean the same thing I've got made up there, planned out. It's not going to be complete because I don't need the copper harshly at this time. Really, it's just iron, plus it's the only thing I've got a spare super mine of. And I think there's another one I find is like 3.5 mil just north of it, so happy about that. But this episode, it's really just a long remake of the base area. So right now, like I said, just
setting up the furnaces, reworking the belts that are already there, taking down the wall. I don't even bother putting it back up because I don't even know if I'm being attacked from that direction, nor do I know exactly how far it's going to expand. I should, by the start of the next episode, put some extra turrets down there just for defensive sake, because we are being attacked randomly, but it's generally on the left side of the complex, as well as up north near the new mine, but not where the oil's at. However, that's turreted up anyways. Let's see. I believe I'm still working on the copper mine right about now. But really, there's not really too big of a thing to do. And I'm probably going to expand this, make 10 more of these things out, so that means I need to rethink how I'm going to do the steel. Oh man, I need to rethink where all that stuff's going to come. Well, no, I don't have to rethink. It's coming through the north. But how am I going to get it around all that iron? Maybe I'll just have an entrance solely for copper. I don't know. I need to figure out exactly how I'm going to get the copper in, and where the iron is easy. It's coming in straight from the north. I think I may make copper come in to the left, the west. This way, it can come in just right. That right? No, I don't think the south is big enough. I'll have to look back on it and see what's south. Actually, now that I think about it in my head, I think the map is big enough. I just gotta clear a lot of trees, so... Hey, grenades! Unless I can get flamethrower pretty quickly. Actually, I have the tech. I just need to make it. I do have some oil mines up, and I can really just use crude oil, I think. I don't know. I have to relook at it, but it's not going to be too hard to make a flamethrower, and that'll clear a forest faster than grenades will. I think fire will spread between the trees, so good for that. Now, if I haven't done with the coal area just yet, there's really nothing to it. I'm going to start talking about the iron and readjust myself in the chair. Start talking about what I'm doing up there with the iron, just in case we're already there, because it's about 4 minutes in. And what I'm doing, I've come up with an idea to where at first I was going to have it where one cart is going to feed 2 lines. But after running the idea through my head, I'm not sure if one cart can funnel enough iron to take care of 2 different lines. So what I'm thinking about doing is just keeping it split like it is, but adding 2 more belts on it. Each cart going to do 1 mine, though I don't know how I'm going to work in the trains just yet. The extra trains I'm going to add. But 1 cart work the top part of the line, or 1/2 the cart work the top part, the other half work the bottom part. If you remember my currently fixed one where the iron comes in and is split between the top and the bottom, that's what I'm talking about. This way, the iron just flowing in hard. It doesn't have to have a choke point at that splitter. It's already splitting and going exactly where it needs to go. So it increases throughput, definitely. I'm thinking 1 cart can easily take care of 1 line. It just depends on how much we're getting in, how quickly. So I think I'll just set up the trains to come in to have ship it all down, and then just have it stored somewhere. But since each train's only going to have 4 carts, shouldn't be too hard. I don't know. Depends on how many trains I'm going to come in. Maybe I'll just have them pile it all up in one big area and just have some kind of elaborate splitter network. I don't know. Since most of it's going to be in crates, I don't have to worry too much. We'll see. But I'm expanding the iron all the way to 10. Now, it takes me a while to count it because instead of making 10 separate ones, I make 10 sets of 2, basically. They're a pair, I think? No, that's not it. It's just hard remembering it all. Since how one segment actually has 2 separate lines, Like the first one, it has the left side and the right side. I gotta remember, when I'm counting over, I'm not counting 10 individual rows. I'm counting 10 double rows. If you picture that, it's kind of hard to explain. Well, it's hard pulling anything out of my head. But yeah, I finally get that over, and I actually remember, wait, I'm really close, as soon as I get oil, to getting electric furnaces, where I will no longer need coal coming down here. And I didn't think about this till afterwards. I'm going to keep the coal on the first one. I'm just going to leave those stone furnaces. This way I can keep shipping the coal to where it needs to go for... Oh, what is that? Grenades, fuel the trains, the engines, and anything else I may need it for. But the rest are just going to be electric furnaces. So I'm actually going to have to go back and completely rework that. Either way, I gotta go later. So I miscalculated. I've actually got about a minute left. So what I meant by completely redo that is completely redo the base setup for the planning out the entire steel furnace. I've got to go back, completely redo it, set up for, hey, it's going to be a steel furnace section and not stone furnace or steel furnace, so I won't need coal. I got to completely reset it up so I have 4 lines coming in between each section. And then again, just possibly plan out the copper the same way, though I'll probably figure out where I want to ship that in. And what I'm planning this out for isn't 100% for future. It's more, I need to figure out where I'm going to get the train set up to where it's going to be my export station. So I got to figure out exactly where I can put it and set everything up. Either way, it's coming up for my time to go, so I will see you guys later. Okay, so we're back, and if you're wondering what's going on, like I said, just one of these cars are going to split into 2 different lines, correct? Which means this one's going to feed here and here. The next one's going to feed here and here. So I just bring the lines down in between the 2, just like I did here. And then these 2, since they're so close, they can just go really, like, right together. Actually, I think I might have messed up here. Ah, dang it. Yes, I messed up. Ugh. I think. Hold on. Okay, no, I didn't mess up. There's the split between the 2 lines. Because it's not coming down in here, these 2 could be really together for compactness, basically, so it's not so spread out. And I went ahead and extended it to 10. Now, that would actually mean 5 carts instead of 4 carts for just 8. But because there's going to be so many up here, it's not going to just be iron only. It's going to be a few irons and a few copper. I don't know how much I can get through here, but what I am going to do is eventually figure this out when I need to actually bring multiple trains down through here. But for now, this will do just fine. Once I need to get the copper one up here, I'll figure out just how I want to set these up and how many lines I can get through here using the minimum amount of space for belts, and then figure out how many I can get in here, especially when I'm going to have to make an entrance for down here and an exit for over here. This way they can go any direction and do what they need to do. And then figure out exactly what all I can get here. I may have to expand this to go up this way, maybe, but that'll be like way later on. But really, I set all this up so I can figure out exactly how far along I want to get this. This way I can set up eventually the entrance to where a train's going to come up, grab what is needed, and take off. This, with with expensive materials, this may not even be enough. I may actually have to double this, but for now, I think I'll just let it sit. That, or I'll do it, expand this off camera. That was good.
lag spike, or it was saving. But maybe off camera, I'll expand this, double it in size, or at least set up the, just the top part so I can count it. I kept getting off, and I say that because, let me actually go to the very end here. Alright. So here's about the end of that, and here's where the line's going to come up, from down here. Only got one line right now, but you can just think of it as two. They're going to come up. Probably going to run right through the coal. I'll figure something out for that. Come up this way here, and eventually meet with this track here. So that means I've got a good ways here. I could more than likely just double this and still, be able to go through this line and didn't just have the station over here where these are just going under using underway belts, or not underway, underground. I don't know what I'm thinking. Underground belts, load up on here, and then go about their merry business somewhere. And yes, I'm being attacked from all directions. Well, with all the expansions down here and the movements, I need to get another radar over here. This way, one, I have vision there. Two, it'll start pushing more this way and helping this one push here and up here. And this we can more focus on this one or this one by itself. But if anything, it's just for line of sight. And discovering more. That is a 9.5 million coal. Damn. I think we can just say go to hell for this one. After we get this one, try to make our way over here. That'll last us for a very long time. That, or I can use this one and some of the small ones for the oil, because the oil area is definitely going to need items coming in for itself. It's going to need coal to help make plastic. I don't know, maybe I'll make some other areas do some of the more finer details and stuff. I have no idea. But as an ending here, I'm going to probably figure out exactly how much more of this I can get. Maybe put another scanner array down here, and definitely put one up there. So yeah, I'm going to make a couple scanner arrays. Set one down there near the generators, especially after I see how much power I'm going to need, because I may have to end up expanding those more than a few times. But for now, power's good, which is great, because I actually want to get, before I even get the copper mine, I actually want to go over to that other coal mine and start that up. I'm just having it ship in over here. Set this guy up there. If anything, I can just zoom over here and I can finally see. But it may actually push these borders a little bit more, which I'm fine with that. Oh, did I ever rebuild my car in this one? I've lost so many cars that I've completely lost track of if I have anymore, especially depending on the campaign I'm playing, my online or offline. If I'm quick enough, I may actually get to this train up here and I can hop in. Yep, I can hop in. And we'll wait, it'll take us up to where we need to go. Until then, I'm going to actually search around, see if I can't find my car. Alright, it's not over there. I accidentally grabbed that. This needs to go away in the map, or make it to where you can't grab things, because I definitely can't set anything down. Oh, cool, I can do that. That's awesome. Oh, that makes certain things so much easier for planning. Oh, that is amazing. I am glad I found that out. But yeah, no car over here either. I don't know where my car is. Alright, it has a path. Don't know what it's waiting on, though. That's not... Why is that one already empty? I guess it's just taking so much more from that. But seeing now as it's not needed, I'm going to go ahead and say, go to this guy. This way we don't have to sit here and wait. See, I was just taking it so slowly. Ah. I may end up expanding this, or I may make a station over here once this is gone. Probably once this is gone, I'll expand. Yeah, it's filling those up pretty good. Okay, so over here. What do I need to make another car? Probably just an engine at this point. Yeah, just some engines. I've got some engines back at base. Though I'll probably end up moving the engine maker from down there to wherever I'm going to make the blue sights. Probably here at this station. And then just have those shipped down. Yeah, I didn't think I had all those pump jacks full. Speaking of which, can I make them? Dang it, I'd have to make some gears and some pipes. I can make one without making any pipes. Let's go ahead and do that, because I'm going to set it here. And see exactly where I can set that. Or set this. Oops. There we go. Figure out where to put all the piping later. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I can easily just set it here. So that's probably the best idea. Set there. Now I got line of sight here. Whenever I want to look into the map. Especially since as soon as this becomes operational. Yeah, these produce pollution. So it's going to start drawing its own attention. But if anything, it's going to help push this further out. Help up here a bit. And this can focus more up here or after it's done helping, you know, push these borders. Right now, I am in dire need of scouting. Oh, but as you can tell, it's going to start getting to be real fights just to get out of here. Man, I've got stone everywhere, but now, right now, I'm getting a bit iron locked and copper locked. Oh, isn't that cute? 84,000 iron. Which I'll probably snag. Just to give me something. I've no idea what I'll be able to do with it. But I definitely got some copper there. Looking like I got copper there. I don't know if I'll even get that. I don't know. If I get this iron here, I'll probably start doing something with that. But that's not going to last very long. But I'll probably end up making something over here. Just to make use of it. I don't know. Still small biters, but I'm thinking we're actually seeing some mediums now. Yeah, I remember we're seeing some medium ones. Man. Requires 10 sulfuric acid for 10 ore, so a 1-1 ratio. But actually, let me hop in the tech tree. And go here, which requires this. Okay, so this is uranium processing. I have a 99% chance to get, what is this? The 238, and like a 0.07% to get to 235, which you need the 235, the small one, to make like all the power. Whereas this stuff actually requires the 238. And the interesting part is, once you get these, it completely replaces the AP rounds, but because it's still a magazine projectile, this may be the only one I get of its kind, but all my like the bullet speeds, the bullet damages right here, they still affect this. And then I got uranium cannon shells, explosive cannon shells. That's a really nice one to get. It really ups the freaking damage. Look at that. 24 base damage. How much is it for micro 1? 8 base. Yeah, that's 3 times the attack power. Just base. So all the bonuses are going to get really, really high. They've upped the power of magazine-based rounds. But yeah, I'm hardly getting anything there. See, look at that. It takes 235 really is the one you need to make all these uranium fuel cells. At least you get 10 for one of these, but for the amount of 235 you're going to get, it's going to take a while. I mean, even if that only takes 1, it's still going to take a while. And this one, though, you take up the used fuel cells, and you get the 238, the one that's more used for ammo and all that, but you can also put them in here. 40 235s and 5 238s. You lose some 238s, but you gain 1 extra 235. And as easy as you get the 238s, this is a good way to get 235s. You lose 3 235s to get 1 238. So hey, no wait, you lose 3 238s to get 1 235. I got the numbers mixed up. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, nice little bonus, and I really can't wait till I get to that stuff. Though I just need this to be able to actually do it. But first off, I gotta make sulfuric acid. Which, hold on, let's see. What does this require? Just concrete. So I could literally get this before I even have sulfuric acid. Which, there's sulfur processing, which makes sulfuric acid. But it's not actually required to get this. So that's interesting. But I already have sulfuric acid, so it's not a big deal. So I can get this right now. And eventually start getting to the level where I have like high amounts of power. Excuse me. But I'm not too worried about that just now, at least. Mainly because I don't have any ore. And heck, to even get that, where is it? Let's go here. Here, yeah, I need blue power. Or blue science. So it's not like I can hit that right off the bat right now. And honestly, I'm more interested in getting this electric furnace, which I'll probably attempt to get before I make these lines. If anything, that will allow me to cut them down by one of these and not have to ship iron through here, or coal. So that's what I'll probably end up doing before I fully expand this. So looks like that was a wasted endeavor. Not really. It actually allows me to plan. But yeah, I can reduce these by 1 line each and really, really shrink this. Not to mention, with the way I'm doing it down here, I won't have to eventually start using underground belts for these and just trying to get around. And the ability, and the thing is, since I'm not shipping these up, I can just focus these entirely on power, or making what is that? Anything else that coal is required to make. Granted, for the fact that it's actually going to up here and over to here, I may end up keeping this, just this little strip here. This way it can keep feeding into this stuff, but the rest I'll just go in and take this out. So that'll just be a lot better. Yeah, that'll just be a lot better. Keep what I already have down, and then just modify this. It'll be annoying, but now that I can use this, I can just go stand over here, and then just use this map mode to do all kinds of stuff. Which I may go ahead and shrink this and then expand it again off camera. This way you don't have to end up seeing just a sped up version of me doing absolutely nothing. Well, it's planning. But that'll probably be next episode, and well, getting that set up. Like I said, I'll do it the rest of the camera. But getting that actually working, getting the chip factory up done here. Definitely something setting up to get me some red belts producing somewhere. Gotta get set up. Well, hey, got that. 105 copper ore, not very much. How much do I have left up here? 123, 161, and 178. So I'm... yeah, they're getting hit hard. I'm working on my gun damage right now. Speaking of gun damage. Yeah, I actually forgot that was off. So it wasn't making any military signs. Since there's only one, I'm really worried about it, as you can tell. It's starting to shrink, so I'm probably going to have to make a second one of these. What I'll end up doing is expanding that and putting one right here. Or I can put one right here and expand this. This way I don't have to move this. But I'm wondering if two of these can keep up with just one of those, two of these. Well, actually, let's check real quick. Takes 3 seconds to make one of those. 10 seconds. Okay, yeah. Two of those can easily keep up with two of these. One of those can keep up with two of these. But I'm also pocketing some of it too. Okay. So, it is now very, very dark. But that is it for this episode. Hopefully it wasn't too boring with just watching me put all that stuff down there and prepare and then deciding, well, we're going to do it a different way. But either way, if you enjoyed the video, think about leaving a like. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be posting these out every so often. I got a little bit of a plan set down, and I just did something stupid. Where's the train? Okay, it's down there. There we go. So now I don't fear of crossing the railroad tracks, not getting smushed. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Take care.